Hey guys, Taro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We're on Faymonville approach. Playing today, spawning on the right, we have Stormjager. I think it's Ostheer. Straight away locking into his commander, German Infantry. Go for a no machine gun start here, just straight into the grenadiers after tier 1. He's off against him is Augustine. Playing his Brits, and also straight away locking into his commander, tactical support. In terms of ranks, Stormjager around rank 100, Augustine around rank 50. And a bit of an unusual build here from Augustine as well. Double Tommy into Vickers. Usually don't see a Vickers this early on, especially against Ostheer. The reason why is because we're about to see a sniper coming out. So yeah, if you go for an early Vickers, opponent goes for an early sniper, you're in trouble. Because this takes pot shots, it takes pot shots from the sniper. And yeah, you've just got like basically a useless unit in the early game. A little bit more viable against OKW, who tend to push forwards aggressively. Suppression can help you against the Stormpires and the Folks, but this Ostheer tends not to be quite as strong. And it's gone for a double Vickers. Oh boy. Now seeing that I've been trying out some double Vickers strategies myself. I know the ins and outs and how bad they are. Tries to make a break for the building, I think, to try and soft retreat there, but ends up getting suppressed and retreating. Sniper opened up for the first shot there earlier.
We are losing a sector.
But, if you can get the Vickers into a building early on, it can kind of return fire on the sniper, especially if the sniper doesn't have a spotter, can't take full advantage of its range. Your machine gun can actually somewhat fight back.
The enemy is taking our
So
territory.
yeah, I should have put this into the building straight away here. Gonna put it in now, but probably gonna take like 2 or 3 shots while he tries to set up here and change windows, so ultimately it's not going to work out too well. Even set up facing the grenadiers here as well. Could go down now and retreat potentially, Augustine. Gotta be careful jumping out. And on retreat now.
We have a fresh
be alright.
squad.
Upset. He didn't force back those grenadiers there with the Vickers. I guess I'm not too sure. They seem too out of the ordinary. Seems like a relatively fast tick to platoon command here. I guess Augustine's probably going to go for a counter snipe. Probably their best idea. But that has left him a little bit down on strength compared to his opponent. Fast Tech is essentially like one squad down on the battlefield at the moment. And it's starting to show in his map control.
Access to superior arms and soldiers.
6 kills on the sniper here.
Damned enemies trying to take a point.
It's a shot on the Vickers, but it does get some damage in return. And yep, it is going to be a sniper for Augustine. Production, rifle nade. The sandbags were there, reducing the damage, so gets away just fine. And Augustine actually with a decent map control here. The squad was kind of sitting around, not up to much for a while there. Here comes the sniper. Let's see who's going to win this sniper battle. A decent option as well as Brits in this stage. Okay, he's ticking up to get AC. Just maybe fine if you're up against 250. You want to have access to the AC. Oh no. Doesn't try and go straight for the counter snipe. Just gets in, reveals that he has a sniper. By shooting at a grenadier. I feel like generally if you're going for the counter snipe, maybe your first minute or so should be devoted to being in incognito, trying to go for that counter snipe opportunity while your or maybe doesn't suspect that you have a sniper. Now that he knows that you have a sniper, they'll play much more defensively with your own sniper. So yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of opening up for that shot there. I think that was a pretty big mistake. But what I was trying to say is that you can get the assault officer
Trying to take one of our points. A command post vehicle
and then make use of his recon plane to help spot the enemy sniper. Could be a nice trick. Also has designate command vehicle in this commander. So could put that potentially on the AEC, use the recon planes in that to help keep the sniper at bay. Something that faced in World Championships against Quiritz. He was using a recon plane on a command vehicle to try and counter-snipe me. I was using Blitzkrieg recon planes to try and counter-snipe him. Okay, so Stormjager not going to go for the 250, going to go for the 222. But it's going to hit the battlefield maybe even slightly after the AEC. Quite a late 222 this one. Because Stormjager, despite having pretty good KD, his map control actually hasn't been that strong so far.
They're trying to take it.
Hero with his sniper control there, not opening up for any damage, but still revealing the sniper. Away its position. Okay, AEC charging forwards here, missing its shot, and not going to go any further, doesn't want to get snared. Could potentially be an AT gun right behind this by Stormjager, so I think it's right. Play it safe. Snipers very close to each other now.
Lines of supply are disrupted. Grenadiers ready.
Stormjager did also put down his mid bunker, relatively early one. This is going to be sniper opening up, no. And wow, Augustine going to go for the air resupply drop.
The tech gun is ready for orders.
So he's going to have a couple very cheap weapon upgrades, or weapon crews. He's going to pick up the mortar first. Can be helpful against more stationary Ostheer prey, but in this particular occasion, no machine gun fire. Might not be super effective in this particular match. So I probably would have prioritized picking up the AT gun over this, and late retreat. Tommy goes down. Oh, was that the counter snipe? No. Just had to retreat in the face of the machine gun. Augustine's late retreat costing him big. Sniper taking some shots. Back sitting up on the AEC. Takes one shot worth of damage. And now charging forwards, going for the 222. Missing its first shot. And doesn't get a block on. Could be the end of the AEC here. Staying pinned in its corner for the moment. AEC trying to back away. Pack setting up. AEC missed, I think. And the AEC goes down. That was some slightly clumsy play there by Augustine. Oh, it was sniper as well. Sure, I feel like his sniper should have been blasting the pack that entire time. Guess maybe he got chased away by the 222 reversing back in that direction. But yeah, clumsy AEC usage there. A little bit unlucky in terms of the misses, but was firing on the move for a lot of those shots. And yeah, now he's down one squad and one AEC. He's off to a tough start, Augustine. Not really want to be. Still with very, very strong map control though.
Heavy armored car
Very curious. The hard retreat there on the sniper. Oh, threw out some flares onto the
The capture point is being overrun.
building. Okay.
We are losing a sector.
T-gun now crewed for Augustine. Sniper opening up on the Grenadiers. And they complete the capture and then retreat. And yeah, it does indeed go for the recon plane on the AEC. Generally how you want to execute this though is you want to get your sniper into quite an aggressive position, like maybe just like sneakily run there from cover to cover into quite an aggressive position. Then you drop the recon plane, hoping that their sniper will also be quite far forwards, and then you can get the counter snipe off. Activating it this early just gives them a chance to pull their sniper into a very defensive position. So it might give you some good map control, but you're unlikely to get the counter snipe with this kind of tactic. Oh. Oh, there we go.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
A T-gun makes short work of that 222. Augustine in a pretty good map control situation now. And from the side, rough grenade in, sniper on the run.
Enemy forces are securing
A flood of units coming forwards for Stormjager. Augustine's still a little bit light on infantry now that he's down one section. If his machine guns do get cut out of position, he's in a bit of trouble, and he's also short of healing at the moment as well. So put down a forward assembly or bought medics yet for healing, which is one of the main issues in going for one of these kind of strategies. The healing is much trickier than having like 3 or 4 sections all with healing. Generally, I've been diverting back to the forward assembly for healing just because the medics, I just don't like them, you know, they're generally quite a bit of micro. And in return, it's not like you get outstanding healing from them either. So I've been going back to the forward assembly. I've also been using assault sections, which kind of like locks you out of healing on sections anyway, so works out alright. It's a nice idea, using the AT gun to cap in the back lines. Go for neutralize here. Stormtroopers block the capture though. Snipers each picking a lot of shots here. Looks like he has the defensive buff, maybe from picking up one of those crates. Oh no, that's from the command vehicle.
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
It's aiding him a little bit in these battles. Did see Stormjager do his battle phase 2, and now he's putting down tier 3. And Stormtroopers also like generally pretty good option against Brits. You can kind of sneak in on these sections so you don't have to take so much bleed on the way in. Also can be pretty effective against snipers, you know, going from cover to cover, trying to close the distance on them and ambush them with the Stormtroopers.
Enemy causing trouble.
And
Trying to
as soon
take
as
one of
the
our
recon
points.
plane activated, Stormjager playing it safe, hits the retreat. That does mean that Augustine, seeing that from the recon plane, free to open up with his sniper.
An infantry section of
Even though he's
Tommy's has
not
been
getting the
trained.
counter snipe, at least it's giving his own sniper a bit of freedom to be more aggressive. Not have to worry so much about the counter snipe. And interesting, we've seen a few destroy covers activated by Augustine, trying to open up the map a bit more. He's even put down a trench. Which is something I've also been experimenting with a lot myself. Good uses of trenches with machine guns. Little late retreat there.
Enemy got one of our squads.
Section goes down. Sniper backpedaling, picking more shots. 13 kills on that one. 11 on the Brit sniper, so despite it being on the battlefield for quite a bit less, pretty similar kill counts. Because with the Vet 1 range bonus there, I'm managing to get a bit of damage on this Grenadiers max range. These units taking quite a lot of damage on approach. Snipers out back from both sides. And quite a lot of damage as well. And now we see a machine gun picked up by Stormjager. Interesting. Before coming in from him as well. Augustine a little bit late starting his tech up. Which means he might get caught short here. And yeah, still no healing, but he has gone for more infantry sections, maybe to try and get access to some more healing. He hasn't yet upgraded this squad. No, he's going to make use of the drop again. I wonder if that means he's going straight for the crocodile. This will of course give him access to double AT guns, give him access to healing as well. Those crates have been picked up. Heal you up. A double AT gun should be able to hold on, especially combined with the AEC against this Panzer IV, so makes me think he maybe is going straight for the crocodile. Suppression coming in there, double mortars ripping into these Axis troops. Oof. Oh, and there it goes. Rifle nade around the corner. Decent damage. Look, it's still pretty healthy, and here comes the Panzer IV, going to run head on into the AT gun. Only manages to get one shot on. Hack missing its shot on the AEC. AEC making use of the tread shot, not rotating the AT gun though. Big mistake from Augustine. Second AT gun getting picked up though. Panzer IV in some trouble. AEC smoking out. AT gun missing. And the pack getting decrewed. Pretty good overall for Augustine there. AEC survived. Might not be able to kill the decrew pack. Looks like the Stormtrooper is going to pick that up. Very expensive, but does not want to lose that right now. So he pays that price. And here we go, in comes another field recovery sapper. And when you activate this, if you click it on the map nearby, that will reveal with Flair's Rex on the map. You can salvage for some resources. In this case, Flair's revealing 222.
Ready to set up artillery and air support command from a new forward base.
Had to retreat there, didn't want to risk the cap. Oh, and the counter snipe.
The squad's gone.
That was greedy by Augustine.
Medical supplies and weapons
Trying to stick
ready to
around for
airdrop
one
on our
more
front
model.
line.
And that gives enough time for Stormjager's sniper to come up there and get the kill.
We have 300 points remaining.
As you hear the announcer, Stormjager behind and command points behind and map control right now. Really struggling against the high efficiency from this weapon drop. Gives you quite a lot of units for not that much cash. Stormjager also continuously trying to push through the center, running into the trench, the double mortars. Maybe should think a little bit more laterally. Go forward for the snare. Oh, this could be a wipe if he activates. Yep, nice to see that tactical advance. P4 even finishing the job. Stood no chance. That's another two pretty free wipes. Augustine really struggling for manpower. Still hasn't ticked up. 300 fuel. Very close to 12 command points if he wants to get that crocodile at a reasonable timing. Needs to start that upgrade now. Got a couple mines down over here now by Augustine, preventing that same maneuver from the Panzer IV earlier. But yeah, without the sniper to threaten the counter snipe, Stormjager can just be so much more aggressive with that now. Before getting the engine critical removed. He still has to be very cautious with the Panzer IV. Still up against AAT guns. Can knock that down very quickly. Interesting, destroy and cover that.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Triggers a mine on the far flank. Keeps the Panzer IV. Stormjager just about there for another tank. If he gets another P4 at a reasonable timing here, he could go for like some kind of all-in push. Especially if he catches the AT gun slightly out of position, and that could be a GG moment. Playing a very steady pace at the moment though. Oof. It's mortar stacking up the kills. 4 on this one, 1 on the other, but that's Vet 2, so a lot of damage. No healing on that section. Very, very strange.
The enemy's in trouble. Our hammer tactics are ready.
Waste of manpower, honestly. Nope. Ticked up while I wasn't looking and gone for hammer straight away. Alright. Thought he's going to try go for the crocodile. Comes the Panzer IV. Down the road, AC AAT guns nearby. AC doesn't come forwards for the tread shot though. Missed opportunity in front of the AAT guns. That could have been the kill. Augustine not mobilizing the AC there. Missed opportunity. Stormjager just slowly accumulating your vet. A very sizable infantry army. I haven't seen any action up here in the north by him. Probably with his Panzer IV should have cleared out this machine gun at some stage. Rather than continually running down the centre. Probably not the best time to use tactical assault either. I wonder if that was a misclick. Sniper getting some nice hits in though. Oh, so the mortars, however. Before just about repaired again. Stormjager with the resources. Oh, he's put down tier 4. What's he got? Is he going for a whiffer? Might be the option. Just about there for his tank. Is he going to go for the Comet? Is it going to be the Churchill? If he was going for the Churchill, I'd say get it before going for hammer. There's no real reason he needs hammer until he gets a tank on the field anyway. Don't think we're going to see any Gammon bombs realistically. Yep, it's going to be a Comet first. I think personally I'd still try and save for the crocodile here. Performs very well against the Panzer IV. Still only one AT gun on the battlefield. So a good crocodile push could just seal the game. Much more lethal against the infantry. And the Comet maybe can go for a chase down the P4, get the kill, whereas the Churchill a bit too slow for that kind of action. Very close to this mine up here. Oh, big shot. Gets the D-crew on the mortar. And now he's coming in for the steel, potentially. No. Charging head on into the trench. Stormtroopers did manage to crawl forwards and throw an incendiary grenade in there, though. So that clears them out briefly. AC coming forwards. Pack now moving up for Stormjager, but a little bit late. We've actually got the Vickers from the other side getting suppression as well. Incendiary rounds activated. AC taking a little bit of damage. Oh, here comes a big Werfer. This could be huge. Augustine on the retreat. Retreats, decent timing, and the Vickers doesn't even go down. Surviving at a pixel. Stormjager has managed to secure the triple cap here. In comes the Comet. This could be big. AT gun in a risky position. P4 nearby. Double AT guns coming in for Augustine. What's he doing? He's going for the sniper kill. P4 one shot from death as well. Switching targets. Oh, the AT gun gets the kill long range. And now the pack in trouble. Trying to get around the corner of the Comet. Comet not getting much damage in. Okay, throwing a crew grenade there, but missing its target. And now going for a crush. Now smoke. T-gun out here. Risky position. Comet struggling, but in comes the machine gun. In comes the infantry to save the day for the Comet. A T-gun though left out here to die.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
So a little bit unfortunate there. Comet didn't get the kill on the AT gun, just continually missing, but also wasn't facing the hull gun, hull machine gun towards the AT gun, so that was also limiting the Comet's damage a bit. But did manage to kill the Panzer IV, and that does leave the Werfer quite exposed now as well.
Enemy forces are securing our
Might pay to
territory.
get like a telemine around here, just in case we see a base dive from the Comet to try and wipe out the Werfer. Werfer coming forwards, cancels. And mortar used to do some capping. Augustine trying to keep that VP pressure on. Going through. He's already evacuated the trench, and the Werfer not getting much done there. The AC, Commander has been making these sections a lot scarier than they ordinarily would be.
Our capture point.
Which is kind of helping the infantry sections hold on against the 5 main grenadiers. Because in the trench doing some nice work there. T-gun coming out. He didn't heal it up though. Still low health. Ooh. Connecting with the AEC there. Comet fully repaired. Oh, not quite fully repaired. And trying to go for the sniper. Smoking out. But I think Augustine should also maybe think laterally a little bit. Not sure how much sweeping he's done for tellers, but from a different angle might be very successful against this single pack. Be careful he doesn't get snared again here though. That's his downfall last time. Pretty good kill count on this though so far. Looks like Stormjager in response is going to go for the Panther. Oh, Stug. Alright. I feel like I personally would have favoured the Panther. It's got good penetration against the strong frontal armour of the Comet. And if you get caught out of position a little bit in front of the double AT guns, you're less likely to lose the Panther than you are the Stug. So yeah, I think that would have been my choice. Panther, and just let the Werfers do the heavy lifting. Hopefully they knock out the double AT guns at some stage. Stug also you have to worry about its facing, maybe the Comet flanking it. It's just a riskier strategy overall, I would say. Especially when it's right there. The resources. There we go, Werfer getting the wipe there. Combining nicely with the incendiary shot. BP pressure is on Stormjager though. Getting quite low now. Looks like Augustine's spending a bit of manpower recrewing that mortar team that went out over there. T-guns coming forwards, looking for the Stug. Comet continuing the aggression with the pack right there as well. Interesting. Looks like he's moved his Vickers forwards and now putting down a forward assembly out the back. Does have enough resources to go for artillery cover, which could be quite nasty. Still in a bit of trouble. One shot from death, I think. Comet probably should have gone in for the dive there again. Secured the kill. He didn't have very good infantry support in case he got in a sticky situation in front of the AT gun, I suppose, but I think I would have gone in for it there. Vickers in the trench. I'll see a machine gun out of range. Stands no chance, especially with the double mortars nearby. And there we go. Observation post upgrade about to complete for Augustine. I do somewhat question him going for that at this stage instead of another tank. I think we've seen many occasions where if he had 2 tanks, 2 comets, or a comet and a crocodile, which he could just about afford if he didn't buy this assembly, he could have just outright won the game. Stormjager with not enough anti-tank. But here we go, he's gone for the assembly and now has dropped the artillery cover. It's more of a defensive measure. I think on this occasion dropping artillery cover was a mistake. This is a like an anti-infantry plane, which would have been a much better option there. It's a little bit cheaper, better against infantry, can sometimes even get wipes. Whereas the artillery cover much more expensive. Also pretty good against infantry, you know, can do, but does damage to tanks as well, so better to save it when you need to battle against a Stug. So yeah, I think that was a mistake, using the artillery cover there instead of the anti-infantry planes, because that was like just an all infantry assault. Artillery cover also does smoke low health friendly tanks to help them escape. Order in the centre, try and do some capping here. Comet mobilising. Roofer ready to fire. Looks like it's maybe going for the centre. Nope, cancels it.
The weapon crew are, I'm afraid,
And there we go. Mortar goes down the centre to the sniper. For pushing forwards. Tries to go for the recrew, that's risky. Mortar does not get it. Augustine draining out Stormjager here, down to 192. Okay, now Stormjager's getting a Panther. So I feel like the window of opportunity is kind of closed for Augustine here. He could have had like a 2v1 tank advantage, especially without Stormjager going for a second pack. Very easily could have won the game, but now with the Panther arriving, that window's kind of closed. Phosphorus there to try and escape the Stug. And bounces. I don't think they would have got the kill there. It was just at an unusual amount of health because he didn't fully repair it. Crawler hits the mine there, I think it was. Single breed? Looks like it. Strange. And yeah, Augustine really struggling to accumulate manpower at the moment. The bleed from Stormjager is very high. The sniper, the Werfer, really hurting his manpower income. Oh my god, he's going for a centaur. Why is he going for a centaur? Oh, this is such a bad build.
We're losing a capture point.
What is he doing?
The enemy are attacking one of our forward positions.
Coming forwards on low. Going off the phosphorus. Stormtroopers trying to crawl in for an incendiary grenade on the trench. It's like they settle for the AT gun. Oh, and they go down to the Comet on retreat. In comes the Panther looking to exploit the low health Comet. And those mines got triggered. Oh, main gun crit on the AEC, unable to contribute. Comet on the run. Takes down the AEC, but the 6-pounder finishes the job on the Panther. Had a Woofer come in here, but I don't think it got too many kills. Maybe like 3 kills. Nothing too devastating now. Stug. Oh, don't throw good tanks after bad, son. Gets picked up. He connects with the snare. No snare. Big mistake from Augustine. Could have got the engine damage. And stop the Stug. Oh, the main gun crit stops the Stug from firing, and the Comet survives. Main gun crits. What a feature that is.
Heavy machine gun crew
Stormjager pushing behind this though, looking to take down the assembly.
Our headquarters are under fire. Our capture point. They're trying to take
Comes the
it.
Centaur though. Well timed engine damage. Centaur could even go down here, right in the middle of the AT gun's arc. AT gun misses a crucial shot though. To connect with another Faust, and he's gonna be able to. No, it doesn't even need to. Somehow the pack, it looked like it would be out of the arc by that stage. Secures the killing blow. Now 5-man Greens coming in, maybe for some steals on these decrew team weapons. Here comes a recon plane from Augustine. The assembly goes down. Comet coming forwards, not on full health, trying to stop the steal on this decrewed AT gun. There it goes. Yeah. Stormjager, that Stug push, would not advise doing that. Just running right past like squads with snares. Way too risky. Double AT guns nearby. Maybe you could consider it like coming in from like some real sneaky angle around the back as you push them from a different angle, but I don't think that was a particularly good one. Use of the rapid maneuvers there. Getting away to safety. The Stormjager, despite throwing away the Panther and the Stug, actually, you know, with pretty good map control right now, and a slightly larger army size. Oh, maybe not for long. Maybe not for long. Finds the rear armor. Comet going in for the kill. Misses. And decides not to chase. Popping the phosphorus on the AT guns. What is he doing? He's got no gumption. Never wants to take the risk of having a damaged engine in front of an AT gun. Pulls back. This is a Stug kill and could still go down even. Just gonna get away there.
An HMG crew has been lost to enemy action.
Oh, double AT guns pushing forwards.
HQ is under attack.
Even in his own base, he's not safe right here.
A capture point is being overrun.
And yeah, I think once again an opportunity gone begging. Both the double AT guns clumped up with phosphorus on them. Stug one shot from death. He should have just gone in for the Stug kill. And then tried to stay on top of the AT guns with the Comet. He's got the crew grenades, of course. Can throw those on the AT guns, help decrew them. It could have been the GG maneuver, especially if he managed to follow that up by building his next tank in short order. Instead he pulled back, nearly lost the combat anyway, and now is in a significantly worse position. Team weapons getting stolen away by Stormjager. Long time repairing this up. And maybe now it will be worthwhile Augustine considering trying to get out the crocodile. Up against double AT guns, you know, the flamethrower can rip through their health pretty quickly, especially if they're very close to each other like Stormjager has so far been positioning them. That would be the right choice. He's going for another Comet though. Thing is, we've seen, you know, the Comet not that reliable against infantry. You know, if you get a couple misses on the main gun, you can find yourself in a tricky situation with maybe a damaged engine in front of double AT guns.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Whereas the crocodile will always rip through the health thanks to the reliable damage from the flamethrower.
Supply lines being cut.
Abandoned for repairs. Oh, right at the door exit, ends up going down. Got flattened inside, unfortunately.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Okay, we've got two comets here. Gotta be careful that he doesn't take too much damage. He's only got one engineer for repairs at the moment.
The
Oh,
enemy is
sniper!
determined, and we are down to 300 points.
Very, very close to death, and it looks like the Comet wants to go in and go for the kill on that sniper in the base even. Not a bad idea sometimes to like feign this from one angle, get the AT guns to rotate to face that incoming base assault threat, and then bring in your other tank from the other direction with some AT gun support. Instead, Augustine not up to much.
Reporting. Position.
AT gun setting up on the Comet. A lot of damage onto it there. A lot of damage. Another squad of infantry section here. I'd say at this stage you should be making engineers instead and just focusing on mass tanks. Infantry game is lost well and truly.
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
But with 3 tanks you could very easily overwhelm Stormjager. But that requires you having enough repair time to keep these healthy and on the battlefield, which he does not currently have at the moment. Needs more repairs. Maybe he could get away with only 1 engineer if he had vehicle crew repairs in his commander. But he does not. Double AT guns dishing out some damage there. Sniper. Riffer. Oh boy. Oh, he tries to run forwards through it. Ends up losing a squad.
Squad's gone.
That's better. Back at full strength.
Now here both Comets low in health, trying to repair. Recrew on the AT gun, but he lost all the variancy on that. Just speed this one up a little bit at this particular stage. Nothing going on.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
We need eyes on top.
But yeah, this match so far, you know, Augustine with an interesting strategy, you know, using the trench, double machine guns in the center, but so many things I would say wrong with his approach,
Our capture point. They're trying to
especially
take
in
it.
terms of like armor, like whatever. If he doesn't want to go in for the dives, you know, they're missed opportunities, but not the end of the world. Oftentimes it is better to play safe in company of heroes, but Man, he just had massed armor way earlier than this. He'd be in a really good position, especially with Stormjager. I don't think we've seen any talents go down so far. Something he should be doing right now, especially when he's in such a commanding map control position and getting overwhelmed by tanks. And the only ways he could lose the game from here. Okay, here we go. See, a bit of a diversion from the Comet. Forces the AT guns to reposition. AT gun coming in from this side. Comet from this side. AT gun sitting up on this Comet. Pops the phosphorus on that one. Nicely done. Comet coming in from this side. Still in a bit of trouble now. AT gun should be pushing up behind this. Smoke on that one. But the Stug manages to get the kill.
The enemy have knocked out a Comet tank.
Stug goes down there. Crew grenades coming out. More phosphorus. Infantry coming in behind this now. AT gun setting up. Comet in some big trouble.
Squad knocked out.
There it goes. I'm just going to call the GG right there. No, he took down the Whiffer. He's got 3 units left. Stands no chance. Just going to call it right there, honestly. There's still another like 2 or 3 minutes left in the replay, but I don't think we need to see them. So yeah, we just about saw Augustine pull it off there at the end. But Stormjager with some pretty good reactions. If Augustine's execution was just like a tiny bit better, he could have extracted himself a lot more quickly there. We saw the Stug was like one shot from death for quite a long time there. If he just got that one shot in a little bit faster, then maybe he could have turned his attentions with 2 Comets onto the double AT guns, and that could have been a completely different story. Instead, to spend so much more time going for the kill on the Stug, and in the meantime took so much extra damage on the Comets and that he didn't have much left with which to handle the double AT guns afterwards. Yeah, almost pulled it off. Almost did the job there. But good reactions from Stormjagers. Well handled in such a hectic moment. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you with the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.